Okay. Okay. What is happening right now is in the blockchain world, where you see that people are making a kill. Many of us are not aware of what is happening. That's what exactly I want to share with you real quick. Now, let me share my screen with you so that you have an idea of what is happening. Let's see. Just a moment. Okay, so here's what I want to share with you. Just pay attention to the numbers. I share them with you. That's a big thing, all right? Now, this information I want to share with you was gleaned on May 3rd, 2021. And that means that a lot must have changed by now, but just for the sake of the numbers so that you can make a decision as someone who is here to look at what exactly are we talking about. Now, if you go online, if you go to coingecko.com, this is something that you can actually glean on your own. And you can actually check these numbers I want to share with you as I go ahead. There are over 7,000 cryptocurrencies. And then there are over 459 exchanges. By exchanges where you can exchange one cryptocurrency or another. And for you to be able to gain access to all of this and really take advantage of them, you really need to understand, have the capacity to do fundamental analysis. You should be able to also do some technical analysis and be able to understand how your portfolio should be structured so that you can take advantage of what is happening. By the way, if you stay with us till the end of the program, you'll also probably have some information as to assets that you can actually buy right away and take advantage of. This is an era of taking advantage and making sure that you leverage on systems that exist. Do not sit back and say it doesn't work. It really does work. Remember, I give you a bit of my background of losing money, giving money to other people to do stuff for me. And it has to stop. That's why we are sending this message across to let people understand that you can actually do these things yourself without much technical headache. So if you must have portfolio, you must be able to put your portfolio together. Now, if you're able to do all of these things, it's like you have gotten a life skill, right? Now, and this is where mentorship comes into play. That's where our community comes into play, where we mentor you, show you exactly what you can do in order to gain maximum weight. Okay, so at the time of gleaning this report from the internet, everything I'm sharing with you can actually verify. At the point of gleaning this report from the internet, on the market, you have the cryptocurrency market cap was about $2.1 trillion. And the volume traded per day was about $225 billion worth of. You cannot call something like that fake. You cannot say that something like this is if it has come to stay. In fact, the cryptocurrency world has answered that question. Have you come to stay, or are you just a flash in the pan? We understand right now that it has come to stay. It's not going anywhere. And at the point of gleaning this report, the dominance, the Bitcoin dominance. Now, there are two, in case you're new to the cryptocurrency world, there are actually two classes. You have Bitcoin, which is like the main cryptocurrency, and you have other coins, which we refer to as altcoins. Bitcoin, the dominance level of Bitcoin at the time of gleaning this report was 47.8%. And Ethereum is the principal of the altcoins. At the point of gleaning this report, the dominance of Ethereum was about 13.8%. That means that about 46+% of the rest of the market was occupied by other altcoins. When we talk about altcoins, they are not just coins as people see them. They are actually companies and projects that are actually solving human problems, like making exchanges very easy and smooth. Things like some cryptocurrencies or tech companies that you see that cryptocurrencies out there, they are there to solve issues about tax, issues about power, that they're all growing. So when you buy any cryptocurrency and that is well researched, you are simply buying into a technology company. I hope this makes sense to you. In case you are still in doubt as to the veracity or the trueness of the cryptocurrency world. Now, cryptocurrency is not just internet, it's not internet money, money in the wind. It is real money, right? Now, another thing I need to point your attention to is that take a look at this, right? Bitcoin, I think started from what we've started about in 2000, the white paper and everything, the plans and everything, 2008, and then 2009 it came into existence. However, in 2010, it came out like in the market, and at that point, the lowest price Bitcoin was ever, it came out was like one cent, and then the highest price in 2010 was 50 cents. Now, Bitcoin had grown from that point to, in 2021, it grew up to $67,804. If you had $500 in 2010 and you bought Bitcoin worth $500 and you kept that Bitcoin for all these years, you would have had nothing to worry about. Here is the thing. Many of us were alive in 2010. 21 years later, we're still alive, and many people are still struggling and broke. So the decisions we make when we find information is important, but more important is, I think before we make the decision, you will have to find the information. So are you in the space where the information that will change your life and change the lives of your community, community members, where this information is flowing, are you really there? I need you to also pay attention to this, that before now we had individuals, individuals like you and I going into cryptocurrency, defending cryptocurrency and all of that. But as we speak at this point in time, we have institutions going into cryptocurrency, all right? One example we have is MicroStrategy Incorporated, which announced, this report is, by the way, from Deloitte, okay? Announced that last December, that was in 2020, that they had more than $1 billion worth of Bitcoin, all right, in 2020. So institutions are moving into a cryptocurrency world. What about you as an individual? Are you looking at it? Are you someone that works probably in an oil company, work in the bank, or work in insurance, work in one good firm or the other, and you have some money and you're putting the money in the bank just stored away because you really do not understand the value of cryptocurrency and the trend? If that is the case, that is why we exist as a community here at Tonoit, is to teach you what to do without all the technical jargons and headache. And yet you will be able to flip the money that you have all over multiple times, sometimes 1,000 times. This is not a get rich quick scheme. We are not financial advisors. However, we are financial educators. So we educate you and we allow you to make decisions, all right? And this is a place where, let me also remind you, you do not really need to refer anyone. You do not really need to talk to anyone about this opportunity. All you need to do is take the information we share with you and take action. I don't think that is difficult for anybody to do, all right? World's largest asset manager, BlackRock, is to invest in Bitcoin futures. All right, now BlackRock is the world's largest asset manager with 7.8 trillion under their management. And they are going into cryptocurrency, into blockchain. You can't afford to sit on the sideline for too long. The train has left the station. I hope you understand what this means. Let me take your minds back. 21 years ago, many people said the internet was just a passing fad. I wasn't going to stay. Many people were reluctant in going to learn how to use the computer even. In 2020 here. So if you fast forward, what we like to do is to read the chart backwards. Many of us do not have the capacity to read the chart forward. And now we're reading the chart again backwards. You take a look, 21 years ago, You would agree with me that the internet was never a passing fad. So what do you think about Bitcoin? What do you think about the blockchain technology? Remember, Bitcoin, cryptocurrency is just one very small, infinitesimal part of the blockchain technology. A blockchain technology is going to change a lot of things in our world. It's going to change the way we do business, change the way with the internet of everything. It's going to affect it. Do you think it's a passing fad? All right. Do you really think it's a passing fad? Hey, I hope I'm not just talking to myself. If you can hear me and you're following me, can I get it too in the chat section? In the chat section, can I get it too real quick? If you can hear me and you are following me and you're getting value, can I get it too in the chat section? Awesome, awesome. Yeah, Chile, great stuff. Whoa, the twos are pouring in. Awesome. Now I know that I'm not just, yes, Tunji, I see all of you. Yes. Thank you very much. Okay, Medion John saying, Yami, good stuff. All right, the twos are pouring in. So that means we're here together. We're getting value. The big question here is this. Can $100, let's say 48,000, or today, let's say 50,000 Naira, change one's financial fortune in the shortest possible period of time? Many of us work, many of us do businesses. So I guess for many of us, 50,000 Naira shouldn't be in it, shouldn't be a problem, okay? Trust me, and I say this with humility. I say this with utmost humility and modesty. In this age and time, if 50,000 Naira can change your life and you do not have 50,000 Naira, it's not a problem. But if you do not know how to find a way to find it for the sake of your future and the future of your loved ones, you shouldn't be in this room. So as we go on, what should be happening in your mind is, where is the information happening? How can I get into that community? What do I need to do to get into that community? How can I find a way? Now that I have laid this premise, remember, I said that we are educating you. You have to take decisions yourself. Now let's look at what is possible. We have trade calls and our master trade, day trades, and long-term trades. I'm not going to dwell on any one of them. I am just going to focus on the long-term trade. Why am I focusing on the long-term trade? Because I have done lots of research and I've come to realize that when it comes to making wealth, there is nothing like short-term. There's always long-term. You have to be willing to wait, okay? You have to be willing to wait. You have to be willing to be in the space where you get the right information. You have to be willing to act, and you have to have the discipline to wait for the process to run through. So a trade call, can a trade call change your life? Let me show you this example. How about if we told you that a trade call turned $500 into 4.2 million Naira, $4.2 million. Now that might be hard to begin to immediately calculate while I'm running through this presentation, but let me help you. That is you investing 180,000 Naira. And that 180,000 Naira turns into 1.5, grows, not turns, grows into 1.5 billion Naira in a space of 5 months and 2 days. Do you want me to show you how? If you want me to show you how, can I see show? Type show in the comment section. Type show. If you want me to show you how this works. This is real. It's not a get rich quick scheme. It is real. It happened. It is happening right now. It is going to happen some more in the future, but many people are going to miss this opportunity. I know that none of you in this room will miss this opportunity I'm about to show you right now. This is not a get rich quick scheme. You will not give your money to anyone. Keep the show pouring, keep the show pouring, keep the show pouring. I want to have at least 30 shows right now before I go ahead and show you how you can turn 180,000 Naira into 1.5 billion. Okay, the shows have stopped. Maybe you don't want to know how. Yeah, keep it coming, keep it coming, keep it coming. All right, folks, let's see, we're all fired up. Now let's go. Let me show you how. This is an asset called Thor coin. Now, when we say Thor coin, it is a cryptocurrency. Of course, like I said, when you buy cryptocurrencies, you're simply investing in tech companies that are solving problems. At the time of gleaning this report, this particular report on the 22nd of February, 2021, Thor coin was $11,183. But let me run the numbers real quick so you get to understand what we're talking about. At the time of, if in February 16, 2019, somebody had purchased Thor coin, the price was 24 cents. You can go check it out online. Go to coingecko.com, okay, or maybe go to CoinMarketCap. You can do all of these things I took from the internet to show you how powerful the cryptocurrency world is. And if you have the right information, how it can help you. So let's say you have $100. That's all you have. You are in the community where this is happening, and you have $100. You invested $100, and you simply went back home and waited for 5 months and 20 days. The $100 had grown up to $842,781 US. You might want to do the calculation and find out what that is. Okay, why is that? Because the coin had grown, the value of the coin, because of the project behind the company that is pushing this coin, that floated this coin. The coin of value had grown from 24 cents to 2,023 US dollars. And so automatically, for just putting your $100 and believing in the growth of this company when it was probably nothing, you are going home with 842,000 plus US dollars. What about those who were brave enough to put $500? If we go home with $4.2 million, which is approximately 1.5 billion naira. What about those who had $1,000 to invest? That's approximately 360,000 naira in 2019. That's just about 2 years from there, 2 years ago. And those guys will be going home with $8.4 million. That's approximately 3 billion naira. Just for a moment, imagine if you have 3 billion naira in your account, what you're going to do. Did this happen? Yes, because there were people who bought this, all right, who invested in this. But let me show you some more statistics. This night is about statistics, showing you the numbers, because the numbers don't lie, all right? The numbers don't lie. Stories sell, all right? And figures or the numbers actually tell. So take a look at this, Theta, the Theta network. Now, if you had invested, say, $100, I like to start with $100 in 2020, March 13, just before we went on lockdown. It means that 1 year after, your $100 would have turned, that is your 36,000 naira would have turned into 18.5 million naira. 1 year. You never do anything. All you need to do is go back to your regular job, sit down and focus on whatever you're doing while your money grows. Okay. Now, if you had invested $500, you'll be going on with 92 million naira. $1,000, you're going on with 185 million naira in just 12 months. Different projects have different potentials. Folks, this is happening. It is real. Some of us were privileged to buy this Theta, but it had even gone up at the time, and yet we still made profit. But imagine those who were there when the information for 4 cents was released. You just have to be in the right place at the right time and be ready to take a decision, to take a step. All right. This is a case of a lady with an amazing experience. I wouldn't want to spend so much time on this experience, but this is just to show you that anybody can engage in this. A woman who came in with 4,000, about 400,000 naira, and somebody helped her to get some in the community, in our community, helped her to get, when she became part of the community, helped her to get a couple of, invest in a couple of assets. Trust me, she did not believe it was going to work. A few months after, she came back, and that $4,000, that 400,000 naira had turned into about 4 million. That's how massive the cryptocurrency space is. But let me show you some more. Now, this is still fuel, all right? If you had invested, again, if you had invested, say, since still March 13, 2020, you had invested $100, 36,000 naira. Now that would have turned after 12 months. This is still fuel. The first one I showed you was Theta, the Theta network. This is the fuel driving the Theta network, right? Driving the project. Now look at this. I want to share with you. If you had $100, that $100 of 36,000 naira would have turned into 30 million naira, and $500 would have grown into 308,000 USD. That's 154 million, and 1,000 USD would have turned into 308 million naira. Folks, it just takes a decision at some point for you to turn around, and your whole world has changed. You do not, it's not about struggling. It's not about running helter-skelter from one point to another, doing one job that you never liked, all right? Doing businesses that drain you. It's about having the right information, be ready to take action. There are a few other possibilities in this space, and I'd like to share them with you before I go off. Now take a look at this, BNB. This is another amazing project, okay? This is another amazing project. Let me show you, let me share with you. Some of us were also privileged to buy BNB, but we bought it, without any knowledge, Like the lady that I shared with you, if without knowledge, that woman's money turned or grew from 400,000 naira to 4 million naira in months. Imagine when she starts acting in knowledge. Imagine when she gets the requisite knowledge and begins to make decisions. So that's what we bring to your doorstep, digital finance education. My friends, in a few weeks ago in this community, we had access, we had information to to invest in a certain project called Pulse Chain. Many people did not know about Pulse Chain. Many people knew about Pulse Chain when it was over, when the sacrifice stage was over. And guess what? While some of us in this part of the world were sacrificing $100, $1,000, $2,000, $5,000, $50, people in other parts of the world were investing $13 million, $29 million, $20 million. Does that tell you something? Well, if you ask me, what that tells me is that it is either we really do not understand the huge potential that lies in the blockchain world, or even when we understand, we do not have that much money in this part of the world. So folks, we should be the ones jumping into this, because the blockchain world, the blockchain technology, it's simply out there to distribute wealth, take it from a few and distribute it across board. And in the future, you will find out that the multi-millionaires you see will be blockchain millionaires. Already, cryptocurrency, Bitcoin has even created multi-millionaires in kids, in very young people. So stop sitting around and thinking this is not working. You might be a medical director, you might be a business owner, a CEO, an MD. Do you keep passing by and not paying attention to cryptocurrency, to the blockchain world? Is it because of all the scams that exist there in the world and people have lost money and so you don't even want to try? Here in our community at Tonoit, what we're telling you is that we can provide the necessary education and the guidance that you need. And we're showing you proof why you should not ignore this movement, this revolution, this awakening that is happening. My friends, Bitcoin is up there. A lot is going to happen in the altcoin world. A lot is happening in the NFT world right now as we're talking. But you cannot be in isolation and get the relevant information that you need to empower you to take action. Let me tell you a little bit about BNB. It's also a coin. Now, Binance is an exchange. It has lots of services, value that it brings to the table. And because of that, the coin behind the project is, or the coin in front of the project, whichever way you want to say it, is actually growing in value. In 2017, when Binance came on board, 2017, it was just about 3 cents. Many of us didn't buy. Many people were just reluctant. For some of us that bought, we bought blindly, knowing from no guidance. Then it means that if you invested $100, then let's say about 36,000 naira at that time, 3 years and 7 months down the line, do you want to guess how much? How much in May, by May 3rd, those who sold and they had invested $100 and 3 years ago, or 3 years and 7 months ago, can you guess how much? All right, let me spare you the headache. $100, that is 36,000 naira, turned into 1.1 billion. Now, how many of us in the last 3.7, in the last 3 years and 7 months, were able to make $500 million naira? How many of us? Very few persons, if at all, in this room. Even 100 million. So we just keep toiling. Many people just keep toiling. Some of us that own businesses and run businesses, we know how long it would take to spin this amount of money around. So I'm talking to you that's a business owner. I'm talking to you that is looking for where to actually invest your money. You still have control. I'm talking to you who is storing your hundreds of millions somewhere and you are just ignoring the cryptocurrency world. I'm saying that you can find reliable mentorship and coaching in this community. The cryptocurrency world is not a world, it's not a platform you can afford to ignore. So for those who are able to invest, say, $500, look at what happened. That became like 5.6 billion naira. $1,000, oh boy, that's like 11 billion naira. In just what? 3 years and 7 months. All of us were alive all this while. We just allowed all this money pass through. Is there any one of us that did not spend 36,000 naira in the year 2017? That means we just threw away billions of naira potentially away. 2017 has come and gone, 2018, 2019, 2020. Would you still remain the same way? Or will you be able to read the graph? Will you be able to read the graph or the chart forward? That's why we're here to guide you. Your bit is another amazing coin. All right, your bit is another amazing coin. If you had invested in January 2020, just before coronavirus started, I mean the lockdown and all that started in this part of the world, and you had invested 36,000 naira, that would have turned into 68 billion in 1 year. You see, this is it. Now it's hard to believe. So I challenge you to go online, CoinGecko, CoinMarketCap, do your own personal search. We have testimonies of people who have come into this community and have found that what we are sharing with them, what we're saying is a fact because they've experienced it. They're still experiencing it. People are turning their lives around without recruiting anyone, without referring anyone, but just using, because I know this part of the world say, I hope it's not a referral thing. We're saying take that off your mind. We're saying, do you have friends who hate referral businesses? who you say anything about referral? Oh, now please stop that. I don't want to do that. Tell them this is where the buck stops. Where if you do not have the information, everything we are saying will repeat itself again and again around you, and you will not be able to take action. Right? So if you had invested $500, it turned into 344 billion naira. $1,000, 689 billion naira. Folks, this has happened before and it's still happening. So here is the thing. If you see what I have shared with you, you will find out that it's impossible. If you look at having gotten the knowledge that we share with you, that if you apply the knowledge that we shared right now and you've taken action, that it's hard to believe that you will not be able to get out of financial lack. Or even if already you are comfortable, the point is, how many more persons out there can you touch their lives if you are able to grow your money? because nobody would say that extra money is too much. And so if you're a CEO, an MD, you run your own business and all that stuff, but you've just been in doubt. I don't understand this cryptocurrency thing. You are a banker, you work in the insurance industry and all of that. You will do white collar job, blue collar job. You're just looking for a way to really understand how the cryptocurrency business or the cryptocurrency space works, the blockchain space works. Here's the place. Now, I want to share with you a couple of testimonies. I'm going to call on one of my partners who is going to share with us a couple of testimonies, and just to show you that regular people, okay, regular people, educated people, doctors, professors, okay, degree holders, and other people who may not have been to the four walls of the university, but they run their own businesses. People of all walks of life are actually benefiting from this. Employees, employers, this is a space you want to play in, right? So, Engineer Edward, are you there? Can you hear me?
Very well, I'm here, louder.
All right, great stuff. So I'll hand this over to you. I'm sure that we have a number of people who have tasted some of the things that we're sharing. This is live and direct, but just to show our friends out here that this works and they can actually have control over their funds and take every profit that they make without standing the risk or facing the risk of giving their monies to people and even losing such monies and losing credibility, losing relationships. So I'll hand the platform over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Stallone. Of course, I call you Stallone. All right, great job there. Sincerely, it's a sentiment everywhere that people are taking profit, and people who choose to come into tonoit, they're simply coming to us. A lot they've known, a lot is happening at the moment. Friends, just 2 days ago, today's Wednesday, yes, on Monday, we actually had a very special meeting where we asked everyone to come together, and a number of coins were called, friends. The first one that was called right now, they're giving us some very good profits. And the second one done over 100% in the last 48 hours. Well, why talking about the one that have done so well in the last 48 hours? I'll be talking more about that. But sincerely, taking a look at the bigger picture, 6 months from now, 1 year from now, 2 years from now is going to be great. Why am I saying this? Not a reference point. A lot of testimonials are flying here and there. People for the very first time in my life, people call me, send me messages, wake me up. All they are saying is thank you, thank you, thank you. A student had $100 and $300, and that grew into 4 million naira in the space of a year and a half. Someone came in, had about $500, and in a space of 11 months, that grew into about $7,000. Sorry. Okay. Now the testimonials are just everywhere. A lot is happening. All right. And I know so well that many will doubt this. Friend, do you know that if you had invested $1,000 in buying Bitcoin 10 years ago, 2011, if you had bought Bitcoin with $8,000 today, that would have amounted to $116 or more $1,000. And when someone said, well, how many of us could afford to part with $1,000? Okay, let's come down to $10. Do you know if you had bought Bitcoin with $10 today, that would have amounted to $1.6 million. That's a lot of money, you will say. Yes, a lot of money. But how many of us got into that? How many of us got to know all of that? Instead of getting into things like that, we were busy running after things that will give us 1%, 2%, 10%. And at the end of the day, we lost everything to companies, to individuals who were smarter than us, took advantage of our ignorance. Friends, it is time for you to take advantage of what is right now before you. 100% control is what you get. You take all the profit, you take, of course, all the work will be done by you. How do I mean the work will be done by you? All you need to do is pick up your phone, apply whatever info, whatever direction you'll be getting from our community to know it. Friends, this is an opportunity where lives will be transformed in a couple of months, years from today. Hey, friend, posterity will not forgive you if you do nothing about what you are hearing now. All right. And many of us today will say, but I don't have the money. The same way you didn't have the money, and a lot of opportunities passed you by 5 years ago, 2 years ago, 1 year ago. And my question to you, would that be the same song you'll be singing 5 years after today? Let's do something that will change not just our lives, but that will change the unborn generation, because it is a time of what we call generational wealth transfer. It's coming to you if you are ready. All right. So don't worry, more will be coming to you, and I will be throwing some other info to you in the next by tomorrow for bigger things that will be happening very soon. Back to you, Mr. Stallone, for the great job that you are doing right now. God bless you.
All right, thank you very much. Awesome, thank you very much, Engineer Edward Edbarese. So we have lots of testimonies here and there.